We're rolling down M Southeast right now. It's out towards the little farmhouse I grew up in, and also like my little fishing hole and stuff like that. Not too crazy of a distance, about an hour from Tri-Cities. And I'm gonna swing through the old farmhouse, see what it looks like as we go by, and then we're gonna go in to check out my old fishing hole. And I wanted to go out and see what the wildlife refuge looked like, the old Sullivan Wildlife Refuge. It's been a good length of time since I've seen that, a few years anyways, and I haven't driven by the farmhouse in a long time either. And it's been probably 20 years since I've been to my little fishing hole. This house right here, when I was growing up here, never used to be here. That's actually built on the land that was farmland for the old farmhouse back in the day, so that was not there at all. And then if we look back to towards the back of the property, there is a whole stretch of orchard back here that's gone. Oh, another house there. So there used to be an orchard all along here, and there isn't anymore, obviously. And then this was the farmhouse. All this right here, right where we are, was where my grandmother used to have a garden and stuff. And there used to be a huge willow tree in the middle of this yard right there. Oh, it looks like there might still be the stump there. No, looks like it got cut down enough. But this is the old farmhouse. And this was all gravel in here. It's all asphalt now, it looks like. Obviously, it looks like it's asphalt because it is. And this door right here on the outside, next to the stairwell there, that goes down in the basement. And down there was where my bedroom was. I had a bedroom built down in this basement here. And up there, that manufactured home that has a little bit of outbuilding built off of it. That was where one of my closest friends growing up lived. We were pretty close. We still talk. He's the one that owns the beef farm. Well, I don't know if you call it beef farm, but the bee business that last summer I worked at a little bit. So he's the one that owns that. He told me, you know, I know you guys know I've been looking for work, but he's down in California doing stuff. He told me when he had everything back up here and he started ramping up here that I could go work for him, but that's gonna be a bit. Now I'm gonna take you over to my old fishing hole here in just a second. Down here, we used to do a lot of hunting down here too. We'd like hop over the fence here, and down there is a coulee, Lynn Coulee they call it. And you can kind of see it there over the sagebrush. That's the Lynn Coulee. So a lot of the irrigation all runs in, and then it dumps down into the reservoir, which is where we're gonna go, where the Lynn Coulee actually meets the Old Sullivan Reservoir. That's where we're gonna head over, where my little fishing hole was. So right down there is the Old Sullivan Reservoir, and we're almost to where the Lynn Coulee actually runs into it. So this is like the narrowest part of it. Wonder if you can still get down there the way we used to. This has changed a lot right here. We used to come off here and there was a little parking spot that you could get down this way a little ways. Let's see if that's still there. So the other side of the road there that we just saw, where the big parking lot was, that wasn't there, and there was actually just like a dirt kind of parking spot here back in the day off of this little roadway here. And this right here is where Lynn Coulee comes into Old Sullivan Reservoir. So there's not much here. One time when I was getting picked up, the car got rolled off of here and went right in the coulee. It was a Honda Prelude and they had to basically fish it out with a tow truck and stuff. That was an ordeal. That car never really had the electrical right again after that. I remember there being like kind of a little parking area here, and I think this is right about where the car rolled off into the drink. And over here, it's hard to get to it. I wonder if anybody ever fishes there anymore. But we come along here, and right down here off the bank here, oh wow, this is kind of a lot different too. Either that or the water's real low. Never mind. There's some folks fishing. You out here fishing?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah.
I'm just shooting a YouTube video, but this was my old fishing hole where I grew up.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So right down here, I don't know if they still bite over there, but especially summertime, almost falling my butt here. If you cast right up against that.
Right up, like in that pond?
Yeah, that pier right there.
Okay.
Dude, all day long we'd get crappie. You'll get bullhead in there, or used to. Sometime bass.
That's awesome.
And
I absolutely love it here. This is
bluegill.
Probably one of my favorite places in Washington now. Like Wenatchee, this area, Moses, like Warden.
Where are you from?
This place is beautiful. So I actually grew up in. I was born in Umatilla, Oregon.
Okay.
And then my family, we all moved down to Southwest Washington.
Vancouver?
If you know where Battleground's at?
Where?
Battleground?
Oh yeah, Battleground, yeah.
Battleground, we're right outside of Battleground basically, and grew up there, but I've been living on the East Coast, so I met a wife, and we're out there now, and I'm really hoping, man, like, this is definitely a place I would love to come back and live for sure. Like, it's beautiful.
I have a lot of good memories. I'm just here for a little while. I'm leaving again soon, but yeah, I lived in a farmhouse not too far up over here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I mean, it may still be good. I mean, catfish. We had catfish in there too. But
Warden just pulled up in his boat like 10 minutes ago and said that there were people getting some trout out of here. Like he said they were out like 12 feet deep right now or so. I think it was 2 a couple days ago, and then 5 like yesterday.
Oh wow, really?
Right out of here.
I don't remember ever getting any trout here. They must be stocking it.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming too, because like when I was doing some research before I came out to visit my family again, it's like, man, yeah, I hear people are like getting like trout and stuff in the, but I don't know. So we'll.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going. I'm gonna try it if that's what they're saying.
I mean, I would say 12, 15 feet was about where we were getting them off. If you cast, yeah, if you cast right off of that. They bit real heavy there in the summer, but that's probably because the fish wanted to be out of the hottest.
Yeah, we're definitely early in the game right now.
Yeah, but this was an awesome spot. This was my place. I never came here ever and didn't catch a fish.
Really, that's awesome.
So.
Nice. Well, it'd be a great spot to spend some time.
What are they? What are you guys using?
So I'm using crawlers.
Okay. Yeah, night crawlers. That's what we did. Night crawlers, and then legit night crawlers, and then we did okay with really bright spinners sometimes.
Oh yeah. I've got a yellow one in here. But, if I don't get anything off this for a little bit, or if it's just straight dead, I might try that. But like I heard that people get them on bloodworms and stuff too.
Oh, I never had to do anything like that. We straight up, sometimes with the spinners, but almost always just night crawlers. All right, let's roll back out of here, and we're gonna head on down to the Old Sullivan Wildlife Refuge. I used to really love it down there. There's a lake down there called Lower Goose Lake, and I used to do a lot of cliff diving there. I had a good time cliff diving there, but the reason why I really wanted to go down there is that lake on a day that has some sun out like today, that lake is a real pretty backdrop. So let's go check it out. Well, I just saw a sign. It looks like they renamed it. So I remember it being called the O'Sullivan Wildlife Refuge, but it says the Columbia National Wildlife Refuge here. So that may have been because prior it wasn't a national wildlife refuge. Huh. Along this road heading out to Goose Lake that we're on, they've got all kinds of little like water pockets and cattail type stuff going on out here. And during the summer and late spring and early fall, it is super pretty here with all the different colors of green and everything. You'll even have all that sagebrush green up on you that's out there. It's a really pretty spot. Hey, check it out there. We got a bunch of little happy ducks out there swimming along. What's going on, ducks? Growing up, a friend of mine that I showed you the trailer house up a little ways from the farmhouse a little while ago. So he and I, we had a lot of good times hunting on our way to school. That was before all of the school shooting stuff, and on our way to high school we'd go along and do some duck hunting every morning and get us some ducks on our way to school and then put them in the freezer later on. I don't know if you're noticing or anything, but a lot of these basalt kind of cliffs and stuff, they're all dug out in here through what was known as some of the biggest floods ever recorded in history. Came ripping through here. You had glaciers and glacial dams flowing through here, carving out the scenery, and you can always tell a canyon that was glacially dug rather than it being by a river, because it's a U shape. When they're glacier, they're a U shape. When it's river, they're kind of a V shape. A little interesting geology there. All right, now I made a little mistake. I was calling this Lower Goose Lake, but it's actually Upper Goose Lake here that we're rolling up on. Now today is a pretty windy day, so it doesn't look quite as pretty as it can. I mean, on a low wind day, sunny day, you get just such an amazing mirror image of the sky in this lake. Yeah, from a distance the water looked pretty rough. That's why I was saying I didn't think we'd get that really sharp, you know, glass-like mirror image. We used to have a lot of partiers out here, and a lot of times it'd be really bad with beer bottle glass. It looks like it's not near as bad as it used to be. That's a real positive. Yeah, wardens and the rangers, never mind. Look at the shimmer in the light just as I start speaking out the side of my mouth, huh? Let's get out of the car here and go take a good look at where I used to cliff dive and just like enjoy that pretty lake. You can kind of see it over there, that little trail that you see running right along here. So you walk along that, and there, cliff outshoot right there was one of the shorter ones, and we'd warm people up on it when we'd bring them out here to go cliff diving. That one's a lot shorter. It's about the same height as you would see if you're jumping off of a high board over at, you know, a local pool or something. And then as we come along over here on the edge of this cliff, there's several spots that get, you know, about 20 feet, maybe 22 feet in there, that range. So it made enough, it was high enough to get a little bit of a thrill out of it when you dove off of it here. So I miss those days. I'd go do it now if it wasn't chilly. Almost did do it. Almost did it by accident there, guys. But yeah, right here, this is one of those spots we'd jump right off into the lake here. Many nice summer afternoons spent here, guys. This is a good time. It's a real pretty lake. It's got a lot of good memories for me here. I hope you guys enjoyed checking this out. I might stop over at Soda Lake where there was some really good fishing down here in the Columbia National Wildlife Refuge if you're ever along this way. Got done chatting up a guy that was fishing out along here, and he told me Soda Lake was really low, so I didn't finish driving up along that way. Just about out of the wildlife refuge here and back onto M Southeast. We'll take that back into town and then out Highway 17 on our way back to the RV to get it ready to hit the road again. Get out there, connect with people, live your big story, and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace, guys.